We're definitely in for a treat today because, as you know, if you've watched this channel before, we love anything that's wild turkey. So we are going to do a wild turkey tasting today. Check this out.
Yeah, guys, like David said, we're looking at turkey today, and again, it's one of our favorites up and down the chain. So we've got all kinds of different bottles here. We don't have the whole line.
That's right.
We're missing a 10-year. We're missing Russell's 13.
So a couple we're missing for sure.
A couple the decades and a couple others, but we do have some good bottles up here. So we've got Kentucky Spirit, Rare Breed. We've got the Rare Breed Rye. This is a store pick of Russell's. It's a 9-year.
Almost 10.
Almost 10. The old staple Wild Turkey 101, which is for a $30, $35 bottle of bourbon. It's phenomenal.
And for $44, these are phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I pulled one of these out too. This is one of the Master's Keep. This is Master's Keep 1. I pulled this out of the box up behind us.
That's a fancy one.
This is the Master's Keep series is just a great line of bourbons that the Russells are doing, and so we're excited. So David, we each poured something different.
Yeah, so
what are you tasting today?
I've got the Rare Breed in my glass, which is one of my all-time favorites. What have you got?
I've got Kentucky Spirit.
Yes.
And Kentucky Spirit, I've had a few of these bottles. They're all single barrel, I believe, aren't they? Yeah, they're all single barrels.
Everything I've had has been single barrel.
They're all single barrels. That's the thing I like about those. The proof is good.
And that particular one, I can tell you will not be disappointed.
Obviously, he's had a little bit of it.
My wife and I opened that one a few weeks ago, and that was
months ago.
I guess I'm fortunate to be able to get some.
That wasn't one night.
All right. So what about you, Mr. Jennings? What are you?
I've got a pick here, a store pick from the Russells. So this one's not quite 10 years old, but it's really good.
All right.
Russell's is my thing.
Salute.
Russell's is what I like. So
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Every time it's good.
Man.
You know, the depth of flavor you get from anything turkey is just better.
So I want to throw this out there.
Kentucky Spirit's great.
Yeah.
I told you would not be disappointed.
It's great.
It's a good bottle.
Yeah. So the interesting thing about these, what we have here, so any of the Russell's Reserve, and it's not just about their distillation and their age, it's their ability to blend these whiskeys to achieve a certain flavor profile or a certain taste and nose on these things. So when you have, and I'll talk about Rare Breed because that is what I have in my glass. So the particular thing about the Rare Breed is, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's a 6, 8, and 12-year blend. Does that sound right?
I think so.
I think it's a 6, 8, and 12-year blend.
I don't know, but I know that it's definitely a blend. And
it is a blend. Yeah.
It seems like every time we buy a bottle, it's the same proof.
It has been recently. It has not always been the same proof. So it's like 16.8, I think, maybe on
116.8.
Or that's what I meant. 116.8. 116.8 barrel proof on this particular one, and a lot of them recently in the past few batches have been that 116.8.
I think what gives all of this the flavor profiles that it has really has to be handed down to the Russells. Eddie and Jimmy Russell have done such an incredible job in managing the flavor profiles of every one of these bourbons. And the balance of them, just like you're saying, it seems like every time you buy that, the proof is about the same. The flavors are probably pretty close. They have done such a great job of giving the customer something that is very consistent all the way through.
That's right.
And so whenever you're buying one of these products, one of the Wild Turkey products, you know what you're getting, you know what you're buying, you know what the value you're getting for what you're paying for, and you know it's 99.9% of the time it's going to be something that you know you're going to enjoy. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that they've got two master distillers with Eddie and Jimmy, and I've said before, I mean, meeting Jimmy Russell and being able to talk with him is something I've always wanted to do, and I just haven't had a chance to do that. Hopefully I'll have a chance to do that.
Yeah.
But
one day.
Well, and I think what's fascinating to me about the Wild Turkey brand is that this is all one mash bill. Everything that they produce, every single bourbon they produce is one single mash bill. and they're able to achieve a lot of variances with other things like age and blending and things like that. To my knowledge, I think are they all a number 4 char?
Don't know what the char is.
I know that Rare Breed is a number 4 char. For one, it says it actually on the label. But I think the 101 is also a number 4 char.
I think
I'm pretty
standard.
sure they're all
standards.
standard number 4 char on the oak barrels. So that's one thing that's consistent. So they're achieving these different variances in flavor on. And I said one mash bill for bourbon. There is a separate mash bill, obviously, for rye. And I think it's a 51% rye, if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
Yep.
And I want to say that their mash bill for the bourbon is a 75% corn. I think it's 75, 13, 12, if I remember correctly. It's on the website, so I may have that number wrong. And that's fascinating. I mean, that says a lot for the distillers and the people who are producing this bourbon.
I think a big part of that too, though, is their yeast that they use, because they're very
100%.
The yeast is a big piece of that, because I know,
absolutely,
having watched some of the videos, especially when Jimmy has been talking to like Fred and No. I mean, they're very close. We've mentioned on the show before, they're both very close.
They are.
Fred sees Jimmy as like his second dad. But what Jim Beam does with their product and what Wild Turkey does with theirs, that yeast and that blend and the way they make their bourbons and the mash bill they are very specific and knowledgeable about what they're doing to blend. They've been doing it for so long.
Long time.
To get these blends. And man, I tell you, Wild Turkey up and down the line, whether you're getting 101, you can drink 101 straight, you can drink it mixed with something, all of these bourbons are good any way you want to drink them. We always talk about drink it the way you want to, and drink it the way you enjoy it. Yeah, and the right way is the way
drink
you
it the way you want it.
It's the way you like it.
Right?
Yeah. So, all of these. I mean, for me, Rare Breed or Kentucky Spirit with a little bit of ice in it. The Russell's 10-year, same thing. It's got a little heat to it. To put an ice cube in it. And I'm talking about put a big chunk in it, big ice cube in there, and let it just kind of tone it down a little bit. But man, all of these are great bourbons.
It's not a bad one in the bunch. Now, I don't like the regular just Wild Turkey 80.
I'm not. I get that.
That's the only
it's
one
pretty
I don't
light.
like.
It's a great one to blend.
But I get it.
Mix it.
You gotta keep that. There's clientele that only
Full
drinks.
disclosure, I'm not sure if I've had it.
Well, it's kind of like Jim. Everybody has their low end.
Yeah.
And everybody has
Four
that.
Roses 80 is garbage.
Four Roses 80, Angel's Envy that's 80, the Wild Turkey 80. Jim Beam has their product that's just a regular Jim Beam. All of those, Jack Daniels, number 7, we talked about that before.
Yeah.
Again, all of those are typically bourbons that people are going to be mixing with Diet Coke or 7-Up or Sprite or whatever they're going to, ginger ale, whatever they're going to mix it with.
That's right.
So it's a good one they're all good to mix, but these, I don't know that you're going to be mixing Master's Keep 1 with Diet Coke.
Probably shouldn't.
But again, if that's the way
You save that for the regular Coke.
Yeah, use regular Coke for that.
I do think that all these, though, if you're just getting into bourbon and you want to try something new, I think this 101 is fantastic. You can put ice with it and it still has some good flavor.
Yeah.
You start putting ice on some of the stuff that's 80 proof and it's utter garbage. But this, with a piece of ice in it, is fine.
If it's 80 proof, you're better off just mixing it with a mixer.
Yeah, I think so.
But
again,
unless you like 80 proof and drink it if you like it.
But it's just like we've talked about before. I mean, Elmer T. Lee always said he drinks his with ice and Sprite.
Yeah.
And that's the way he drank Elmer T. Lee. And I don't personally know anybody that would drink Elmer T. Lee that way, but
I don't know anybody that would put Sprite in bourbon, but hey, you know what? That's awesome.
Yeah,
what about Starry? There's a new soft drink now called Starry.
Isn't that the same?
I think it used to be 7-Up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Or is it Sierra Mist?
Oh, actually, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Lemon lime drink.
You guys know me. I live out here in the sticks. Nobody knows any of that stuff out here.
They don't have that out here.
You haven't gotten that in these parts yet.
No. All right.
So yeah, this is you can't go wrong with any of these. I still stand by the Wild Turkey Rare Breed as.
You took a hit of that Kentucky Spirit. It's pretty good.
Man, Kentucky Spirit it's a little bit lower proof than the Wild Turkey. It's not blended. It's a single barrel, so you never really know what you're going to get. That particular one is actually really good. That's a Warehouse K.
Yeah,
it is a K.
And that is a really good bottle.
It's a good bottle.
So if you're looking for a Warehouse K, it'll say on the front of the Kentucky Spirit, since it's a single barrel, tells you where it's from. And that's from Warehouse K. So look for that one.
And I think the nice thing about that, anytime you can find that on a shelf, I'd buy it.
Oh, yeah,
for
there's no doubt.
it's a decent price. But again, it's just like buying a single barrel store pick. Every time you buy that, it's the only one that there's going to be.
Every time.
So you're not going to be able to get that again. It's one barrel.
Whereas with this, you see this on the shelf and it looks identical to this.
Yep.
But it doesn't have a sticker. It doesn't have the label in the back. It's not a pick. It's not a store pick. It's just going to be a regular blend from them, which is fine. Or a single barrel.
Or the rare breed's always a blend of different ones. So that's
rare breed is always good.
Rare breed's great.
Always, and so there's something to be said for that. There's a lot of excitement in getting a single barrel because you can try those variances. But I think if you want that consistency, if you want to say, hey, I want to buy a bottle that I know is going to taste like, blank, whatever that is.
Well,
for me, it's rare breed.
Just like
I'm not going to be upset.
Just like your bottle of Kentucky Spirit, you can tell I've enjoyed this one.
Oh, yeah.
True story.
So,
yeah.
So, I mean, it's always good. Again, guys, wild turkey, one of our favorites. I think if you watch other channels, you'll hear them talk about turkey as well. And I don't know too many people that don't like wild turkey. All right, you can take a hit of the rye.
Well, I'm just going to try a little bit at the end here.
Yeah, but
just for something different.
We might even keep drinking a little bit of this after the camera stops rolling.
Oh, we definitely. That's what it's all
We've
about.
been known to do
Fellowship.
that every now and then.
Fellowship.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was.
That's the great thing about bourbon. We say drink, enjoy, and share. That's what we're doing right here. Not a bad time. Not complaining.
What's crazy though? Like
you guys don't get to see what happens off camera, but it is quite interesting.
The interesting thing I think about these rare
We would
breeds
get pulled off of YouTube.
For sure.
Yeah.
The rare breed rye is pretty good for a high rye. It's technically a rye, but for a high proof rye, it's really good.
It's good stuff.
It is really good.
Again, I can't tell you anything other than that very low end of the wild turkey line that I don't like.
That probably should have made our episode we did where we did
Rise.
Oh, the Rise
for Christmas.
Rise
Christmas.
We're gonna link that one where, Jennings?
Oh, it'll be right here.
Right that way.
Hey, but you know what? You were talking about the char. If you look on that,
That's
one,
the number 4 char.
What's funny though is that those are the only 2 bottles that actually say number 4 char.
But I think they're standard.
It doesn't. But it doesn't say it on here.
I'm pretty sure they always use number 4 char. I could be wrong. Somebody's gonna fact check me on that one, but
please do. We would love to.
Yeah, if you do prove us wrong, we are welcome to.
We love to.
We are certainly not know-it-alls, or at least I can speak for myself when I say
I love to be proved wrong. I really do. I really do.
Well, hey,
really?
If you're never wrong, you never learn what's right.
That's exactly right.
You really said that with a straight face?
Yeah.
I've had a lot of wild turkey, Bill.
That's what wild turkey does.
I'll say crazy things, All right.
It's fun.
So yeah, let us know what you think in the comments. Subscribe,
Hit that like button.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Drink, enjoy, and share, and come back and see us, guys. We appreciate you being here.
Cheers.
Cheers.